thanks for having me. Nice to meet you, everyone, and nice to see everyone so energetic already. And I know it's not the morning for everyone, but it is for me. So very happy to be here. So today I'm going to share a bit more about the challenges of remote work and remote collaboration, as we've experienced it at Miro as everyone, and we've seen our users use our tool to deal with that. And so I'm going to share a Miro board, obviously, in the chat, and I'm also going to share my screen. So feel free to jump in the board. I see you guys are already Miro experts, so that's good. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So let me start. So maybe I'll start with an introduction about myself. So I'm Julien. I'm originally from France, as you might be able to hear. I'm currently based in Amsterdam, where Miro is located, and I'm in charge of partnerships. Before this, I actually studied political science and then worked in the music industry for some reason for 8 years, and I joined Miro actually a year ago. And my role is to drive adoption and awareness in specific domains for Miro, especially education, and that's how we got in touch with the sugar, and that's what we're happy to support. So as you can see on the board, I put a few activities there for you to start while I'm speaking. So I've seen you guys have done some of those already. So yeah, that's actually some of the things that are actually very important to do when you have this kind of remote distributed meetings, is really to get everyone in the mood, as you guys just did with the little sugar activity. So feel free to do it there as well. Add a little pin on the map and tell us how confident you feel with Miro. If you're more of a Miro newbie or a Miro expert, it's always good to know. Also, if you have any questions about it now or later in the day or in the next few days, feel free to add your question here on the stickies, and I'll be happy to answer them. So let's dive in. So as I said, I'm gonna today share some thoughts about remote work as we and what we learn at Miro. And I'm sure everyone has a fairly extensive experience of remote meetings. It's been the standard for most of us in the past year and a half, and we all know it's kind of hard actually. But we did a lot of studies, and we also observed and did it firsthand on our side. And remote meetings can be, boring and challenges for many reasons. You could have like a bad internet connection, noise around you, like me right now. I don't know if you're here, but there's like a big truck outside. Your cat wants to lie down on your keyboard. You see yourself on the screen and you don't like it, or you don't know what's expected of you, or you don't know when to speak up. So many reasons why it might be challenging. And in fact, we surveyed more than 1,000 professionals, and we found out that 57% of them, so most of them, say they are more likely to be distracted or multitask during a virtual meeting. So getting everyone's attention and making it count is really tough. So that's why we define some basic like rules and guidelines and advice for remote work and collaboration. And I hope those will be helpful to you as well. So the first one is set clear rules. So define rules not only for the meeting, but for the team. Define and agree on when and how to meet and what tools to use. This is very important to start with that, so that you are efficient and everyone knows what the team collaboration is about. For the meeting themselves, it's very important also to set a clear agenda and clear objectives, and distribute roles so everyone knows what they need to do and what's expected from them. Obviously, this sounds rather obvious, but it's really even more important when working remotely, because you can't casually meet people like in the office or in the classroom. You can't interact through body language as much during the meeting. So it's very important to get the basics right. Second point is really value time. So first, shorter meetings. At Miro, we have a standard meeting time of 30 minutes, not more, even for important topics. Sometimes we do more if it's really a long topic or like a brainstorm or more of a creative session, but the standard is really 30 minutes and you have to justify if you go above that. And it's because people have a hard time really focusing on it, and also they need time to do meaningful work, so they can't be in meetings all the time. In the meeting itself, it's really important to time everything. So if people have to speak one after the other, make sure they have like 1, 2, or 3 minutes, but not more for each, so that also everyone can take part. Sometimes you have colleagues or partners that are more talkative, like they have more to say, they like to express themselves. Some of them maybe more quiet. So it's also gives everyone a chance to take part if you make sure everyone has the same time. And also very important to keep to stick to the time that you define. And sometimes it can be challenging and hard, but urgency actually helps you focus and get to the most important stuff. When you see that you only have 5 minutes left, then you cut the crap and you go for what's most important. Third point is really find conclusions. So have clear takeaways and next step from meetings. And sometimes it's difficult because there's so much going on and a lot of different opinions. But when the time is over, then you need to make sure you write down the key takeaways and make sure they're clear for everyone. There's a common understanding about them, and you have clear next step and people responsible for it. This is, once again, this is pretty obvious and always true, but even more true for remote and online collaboration. And finally, and that's probably the most important in my opinion, is know when to work synchronously or asynchronously. Basically, know when not to have a meeting and just collaborate, because the technology allows us to collaborate without actually being connected together at the same time. And what a lot of people found out, and I'm sure you know that as well, is frequent interruptions actually affect your productivity. So when you're constantly interrupted, jumping from one meeting to another, one message to another, you can't really focus and really make a difference, focus on what's really meaningful. And asynchronous work actually gives you this kind of control. So first is time zone flexible. So you can work, everyone can work when it's more convenient for them, especially if you're collaborating between like time zones and you're like in Europe, and then you have to work with someone who's in Asia or in the West Coast in the US. There are very little time when you can be connected together. So it's definitely the best way to do it. You can also have more time to think about what you need to do and give you more like brain power to really focus when it's the right time for you in your day. And then also allows for better communication because it's more precise, because it's written. So everything is clear for everyone. However, it's also important to meet in live for time to time and have actual meeting. It's important for especially trust building and building rapport with others, because that's something you need to do in real time. Crisis communication, personal feedback, usually better to do it face to face or at least through a video. Getting everyone up to speed on the new projects. Kickoff meeting are something very important when you want to get started and get everyone involved. It's good to have this kind of common session. And finally, brainstorming. It's also very important to simulate ideas and creativity. So these were the basic and the most important. So I hope that's helpful. I've been a bit fast because I also want to share some actually Miro tips. So I'll dive into it right away. So some of you might be already familiar with those, but I think those help saving time and do more on the platform. So first, templates. I don't know if you guys know them, but you can find them either in the products. You have mind maps, flowcharts, and we're always adding those. We also have Miroverse. You have the address right here. It's the library of user-generated templates, and really, it's the way to go because you can get inspired by those. and it saves you time because, you know, Miro is a blank white canvas, infinite canvas, but you don't have to reinvent everything, and not everyone is a designer. So there are a lot of stuff out there that already exists and really saves you time and also inspire you to see what's already around. So I really recommend starting there and even, you know, browsing there to get more inspiration. Then icebreakers. So you guys already did a few of those. Also very important. I put some examples here. They can be, you know, very simple like this one or this one. Some are a bit more complex, like almost like video games within Miro. And sometimes it can sound a bit silly, but it's actually very important to get everyone in the mood and make sure everyone is in a collaboration, you know, state of mind. Like they already have done something on the board, they have shared something with the others, they are in a good space to start collaborating. And that's actually very important. Even though sometimes you want to, you know, just jump right in, it's much better to have like, at least like 1 or 2 minutes to start with something a bit more lighter, and that will get everyone in the collaborative spirit. And then a few more technical tricks. First, use the timer. We talked about the importance of you know, timekeeping, and Miro actually gives you the ability. I should have done that actually. So if you click, you know, there at the bottom of the screen, you guys probably know that already, but yeah, you have the timer. You can also add music stuff, and it's very important to get everything in order, as we said. And I can see I didn't I didn't lock some of the elements, which is also something we should do. So internal links, the first tip. So you might not have noticed it, but you can obviously add external links to your Miro board, but you can also link to things that are on the board. So it could be a nice way to either for you to move in a board when you're doing a presentation, for example, but it can also be good to send people to a specific working space. You want them to focus on something, or maybe working groups. That's something you can actually do on the board. So it's very easy. You need to copy a link to the element and then paste it or link it to another object. So that's what I did here. So if you click on this little arrow there, it will actually take you to another space on the board where you can actually, you know, work. And then you have this little button to go back. So just playing with those links, it's actually a nice way to help people move around the board. Another nice way, a nice trick that you can use, and you guys probably know that already for some of you, is you can follow anyone or bring everyone to you. So by clicking on your avatar on the top of the screen, so if you click on someone's little avatar there, you will see what they see. So if you click on me, for example, where you will see exactly, you know, my board. It would be like if I was sharing my screen. And if you click on your own, then you can force everyone to come to you and see what you see. So if you're giving a presentation, or, you know, people are lost on your board, then it's a nice way to do it. And you can also bring someone specific to you if you just want to show something to someone. So something that's pretty handy. Stickies trick, the next one. Two nice ones, because everyone loves stickies usually. So first, you can easily order them. So if you basically select stickies, and then you have this little circle that appears there. Then if you click on it, it will put them in the right order, and then you can decide what to do with them. So pretty handy when everyone has added, you know, more stuff. There's also a nice shortcut to actually create more. So if you double click on the sticky and then push your tab on your keyboard, it will actually create new stickies, and you can do that. So pretty easy. Another way to do it is to actually press N on your keyboard. See, I didn't log that. and then it's actually a shortcut for sticky, as you can see. So you can play with it right now, but these are pretty handy, as you know, everyone loves to use stickies. And I'm already almost out of time, but just wanted to share this one as well. Zoom in, zoom out. So sometimes you can be lost on a gigantic board, and it's pretty convenient to have like a bird's eye view. So if you click on Command and 1 on your screen, then it will zoom out and give you like the full view of your board. And then if you want to zoom into one specific element, you can select it and then do Command +2 on your screen, and it will bring you back to the elements. So pretty useful when you want to be quick and you might be lost in a board. The last one I wanted to share with you guys today is the voting feature, which also is very important and nice to use when you do brainstorm and you need to decide on, you know, what are the best ideas of this kind of stuff. So we can do a little exercise here. So you actually just have to, right now you don't have to do anything, but if you want to do it yourself, you can access it through this little icon on the top of your screen, your screen. So I'll try it right now with everyone. So if you see my screen, I've opened the voting app. So I want to do 1 vote per person, 1 minute, 1 vote per object, and then I have to select the different options that I put there. So what is your favorite trait? And then I will start it, and it will actually give you 1 minute to actually start voting. I do my vote. You can see that we have 12, 13, 15 votes. Almost everyone. 30 seconds left. So I will let everyone vote and share that you can still use this board. So I know I was pretty quick and we didn't have a lot of time, but a few things I wanted to share. Those resources with you. So the templates here, just click on the links. The Miro blog is also a nice source of inspiration if you're looking for, you know, nice way to use the product. And finally, the Miro Academy is really the place to go if you want to upskill on Miro. Okay, so the results are in, and all the stickies is the most popular with 12 votes, then voting 8 votes, and internal links 5 votes. And I can see the full results as well. There, so you guys can see it. So yeah, thank you for, and you know, as I said, everyone loves stickies. And I'm out of time, so thank you for taking part in this experiment. I hope those were helpful. And finally, I wanted to mention, so you guys may know already, but we have Miro for Education, which is actually a program that makes Miro free for all students and educators. So you just need to go to miro.com/education and apply for your own account. So feel free to use it and also tell your friends that they can also use it. It's a nice way to have access to this product. It's free for 2 years for students. If in 2 years you're still students, you can reapply for it. And for educators, it's free forever. So it's a pretty nice deal that you can get. So I hope this was useful. I don't know if we have time for more questions. If we don't, feel free to add your questions here and I can go through them after our session.